According to the Washington Post, Prince George's County is experiencing a 45-year low in homicides and an overall reduction in violent crimes. However, there is still a perception that the county is unsafe. First, in your estimation, why does the county have this image? And second, what specific steps would you take to combat it?
First of all, even though we may be at a low, we still have the overall highest crime rate in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. There are several steps that we need to take to ensure that we have a better image here in our county and ensure that everyone feels safe to walk in their neighborhoods. First of all, we've got to ensure that we have adequate public safety individuals on our staff, that we have the adequate numbers, that we provide them the adequate training, the adequate resources that they need, because right now it's taking too long for our academy graduates to graduate out of Prince George's County Police Academy. We've had to push back academy classes. It's taken not one class, not two classes, but it's pushed back 3 classes for us to get through and get the appropriate number of county police officers that we need. We need to ensure that the budget is adequate for our police officers. We've got departments that have increased in the size of their staff, that have increased in size of their budget, yet those officers really aren't being utilized for what they're trained to do. We have in certain public safety offices where the warrants there have not been served. That's 48,000 warrants that need to be served. Yet, we've got an office that has increased their budget. So we've got to look internally within our public safety office first, reorganize, reallocate, reprioritize our budget, and ensure that the money's being spent properly.
Before we go to our next candidate, may I ask all of you to turn off your cell phones with vibrate, whatever, so it won't distract from the comments of the candidates. Next.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, you speak of the Washington Post comments about Prince George's County and the perception of Prince George's County and the crime. That's the Washington Post. That's their perception. So. I've been in law enforcement for 21 years. I am an executive. I've run the sheriff's office for the last 8 years. I know how to prioritize services to our citizens to ensure that we do live in a safe community. And under my leadership, I will ensure that our police department continues its great job, as well as partner with the office of the sheriff and the other agencies in our county to maintain that. So that perception is Washington Post only. We understand in Prince George's County that in order for us to address our concerns, we have to work together. Don't worry about what the outsiders say. We know where we live, we know who we are, we know how we're going to continue to move Prince George's County forward. As your county executive, I will do the same thing I did with the Office of the Sheriff, making it a nationally recognized agency, and that I will do to make our county nationally recognized for the positives that we know and that we care about. Thank you.
Mr. Banton.
Thank you. First of all, I think we should give applause to the men and women, not only of our police department, but our fire department, our corrections officers, and our state attorney for making progress in reducing crime in Georgia County. And the way that we recognize them is not by threatening them with furloughs or firing or reduction, but by providing them with the tools and resources they needed. There is no reason why our firefighters should go out on a call with 2 men on a truck going to a fire, or that some of our firehouses don't have firemen right there in your neighborhood. If we're going to make Prince George's County the great county you deserve, we've got to make sure every department, the police department, the fire department, our corrections officer, our state's attorney's office have quality people who can prosecute cases and who have enough people to do that. I'm proud to have the endorsement of the Fraternal Order of Police, the fire department, the firefighters union, and the correctional officers. We've got to make this a county of the first rank, and I will do that as county executive. Thank you.
That's highly uncivil. Mr. Dean.
Thank you. Let me say, on the County Council, I have delivered. And I have delivered increased funding for the police officers to get more police on the street. I have also delivered by removing police officers from the school and replacing them with the deputy sheriff so we can put more police on the street. In addition to that, I have put legislation in to allow municipal police, park and planning police, and other police within the jurisdiction to work together. That is what has helped to reduce the crime statistics that you talk about. One of the things that we have to deal with, when they have multiple killings in Washington, D.C., it's on the paper and it's gone. If anything happens here in Prince George's County, it stays in the news forever. And what begins to happen is that we begin to parrot what we read in the paper. This is a safe community. We have close to 850,000 people that we have to serve. And we are short approximately 500 police officers. And the police officers, they do a great job in community policing, and I have worked very closely with Chief Hilton, and we will continue to drive down the crime statistics when I am county executive. Thank you.
The best way to cure the perception is to maintain the low in crime statistics. And one of the things I've done as a part of my campaign is outline 10 steps, a 10-step plan for our county to be more advanced, innovation-driven, and job-creating. And two of the steps there deal with how we might be smarter on crime. In order to be smarter on crime, in order to maintain that low, we are going to have better ex-offender reentry policies in the county. We have to, I say this all the time, I'm tough as nails on crime. I was legislator of the year of the Maryland State's Attorneys this year for a big gang prosecution law that I passed. But I also say we've got to rehabilitate more people who are coming back into our communities. We release about 15,000 folks a year from our state correctional facilities. Most of them come to Baltimore City and Prince George's County. We have to have stronger policies, direct more efforts to rehabilitating those reentering ex-offenders, because most of the crime in our county is driven by returning ex-offenders and juvenile delinquents. Those are the policies we have to focus attention around in order to maintain that low. And in addition, to maintain vigilance along our border with the District of Columbia, with all of the task forces that we have there. So the key to curing the perception, because there is a lag between what is actually happening and what the public perceives is happening, we have to be smarter on how we tackle crime. And dealing with ex-offenders is one part of it.